Okay, I hope the screen is visible to all.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So thank you very much for inviting me to this FDP. Now, let me start with the topic of today. We are talking about big data in this session, and I we will be discussing about the some of the amazing things that are related to big data analytics, data science, data management, which is specifically with the large data. And before starting the concept of big data, first let me ask you one question: that how many of you currently or anytime using the Google search engine? I think most of the community nowadays using the Google for different purposes, maybe for searching, maybe for navigation, maybe for uh, programming, like Google provides a Colab as a programming engine. So but most of the people are using the Google for search engine, right? Anything we want, just we Google it. The results is with us, and we will perform, we will see, we will uh, take that information and do our tasks. So this is the day-to-day routine of everything. Like whenever, as a student, as a researcher, as a faculty member, whatever your role is in the academic community, you always use this company Google. And you are amazing, means it is no wonder to know that this Google is now a very big big data company. It contains a lot of data, it handles a lot of data so wisely, so efficiently, that it can process these kind of large volume of data in very fast manner. So we will discuss the fundamental terms before diving into the big data specifically. Like big data is very much related to the analytics, data science, large scale data management. So these terms are actually very much interrelated between each other. So let me talk about the data analytics first. So the data analytics, or we can say the data science, are the two terms which are widely used nowadays, and these two terms are uh, referring to a very broader fields, right? uh, it contains the scientific process, methods, algorithms which can able to process the data, and here the data refers to structure or unstructured, right? So the data science is used to find out the insights from that unstructured or structured data. And to get that insight, it may use statistics, it may use the knowledge of computer science, machine learning, or any kind of complex algorithms. So when we talk about the data science and data science or data analytics, it means we are talking about some kind of mathematics, some kind of machine learning, which is used combinedly to find out certain kind of patterns or insights from a large amount of data. So it may include everything like you find somewhere raw data, then you have to clean that data, you have to prepare the data so that the statistical models can be applicable to that. You can find out some visual pattern for that. So the data analytics or the data science actually are now used in very big corporate companies. And why they use that? Because suppose some managers wants to see the hidden patterns in their sales in last year, and accordingly he will means try to define the strategies for the next year. So talking about or means previous data, 1 year data is very huge. So directly we cannot able to analyze it. It is better to present the data in very visual format, which is visually appealing, which is like in certain terms of bar charts, graphs, or any kind of thing. So the presentation of data is very much important. So that's why we are focusing on data analysis or data visualization tools which can present our data in very effective and efficient manner. Now, the big data is certain a little bit different from the data analytics. In the big data, we are talking about the large and complex data sets. Here, the structure of the data is not uh, much matter, but we have a large amount of data, excessive or massive amount of data. The data may be complex, and if from that kind of data, if we have to find out the hidden patterns, we find out the correlation or any kind of insights that can be queried to us, then to improve our business knowledge, to drive the innovation between that. So this kind of processing is called big data analytics, and the goal of the big data analytics is to extract the value from this massive amount of data, and this data can be generated by any means. It can be generated from businesses, organizations, by the individual on the day-to-day basis. So so the analytics or the insights that we got is achieved through the use of many algorithms, maybe machine learning techniques, or maybe some kind of data analysis or data analytics tools. So we can have like combinedly use these data analysis and big data tools, big data analytics with each other. Like if we have a data set which is larger and complex, the terminology is changed to the big data analytics. If we have a small data, or we are going to analyze the data with a small level, like for a corporate sector, for a company, or for a community, then we can refer that as a data science or data analytics. Okay. Now there is another term, the large scale data management. This is important actually. So if we have a larger or complex data set, then to store that data, to organize that data, to manage this massive amount of data is very challenging task. So we need certain kind of means you can say infrastructure, or certain kinds of rules and regulation which can able to manage this huge amount of data. Okay, so that it can be efficiently used and effectively analyzed, right? So that the large scale data management systems or data management is a thing which is essential for enabling the big data analytics and data analysis tools to be worked on the data, and it provides the infrastructure which is used to store that data, which is used to access the large amount of data. And because the data is efficiently managed, efficiently structured, then only those algorithms like big data analytics and data analytics algorithms can be applied on that, right? So these things are actually interrelated, right? So I think in industry nowadays, various kind of corporate jobs are there. Someone offer a role as a data scientist, someone offered a role as a data analyst or big data analyst, like this. So depending upon the type of corporate sector or the type of company you are selecting and kind of data they are handling, the role is changed, right? But most of the in the scenarios, the idea of the developer or the idea of the employer is to finding the insights, is to make or process the previous data, and able to tell that what can be done based on that insight, and what the how we can means able to uh, decide what to do in the next future, uh, you can say profitable, if planning of the organization, right? So these terms can be used. Let's proceed with the next part, that is, one second please. Yeah, the facts regarding the big data that is generated nowadays in very massive amount. So you can see the statistics. This statistics is not recent, but yes, we have a Google that stores uh, zettabytes of storage. And yes, Google is the largest company, big data company in the world. It is over the 2.5 exabytes of data processed per day. This is the amount of data that is processed per day. And in layman term, we can say that This amount of data is equivalent to processing over 1 lakh years of HD video every single day, right? So but big data isn't just important for tech giants like Google. It is also transforming the industries. It is also transforming the application across the board, from healthcare industry to the finance and law enforcements, right? So every industry is now using this massive amount of data. They are processing that data, and they are evolving themselves in based on the historical data that they have. For example, in healthcare industry, if I am talking about, the big data is being used to develop more personalized and effective treatments for the patients. By analyzing their previous medical records, doctors, researchers can able to identify the patterns and insights that can help them to improve the diagnosis and treatment processes, right? Similarly, if you talk about the financial industry, so in the financial industry, the big data is being used to impress the risk management, fraud detection, customer experience analysis. These kind of things are now used in almost every e-commerce or finance fintech companies. So the customer behavior can be analyzed. You can see in your mobile phones, recommendations are provided to you based on your past history, past searches. If you are looking for your shoes, then those shoes can be appeared in your social media platforms and everywhere there. Wherever you go, that recommendation will be there. So from where it generated? It is generated from the data which is served by you. That data is stored somewhere. They are processed the data and then put the ads for you regarding that search term. Okay, so by analyzing the customer behavior and transactions of the data, financial institutions can provide more personalized and secure services to the clients. So that kind of searching is more personalized because the kind of data that are being stored, that is also personal. So they will take the data from your mobile phones, your devices, they will process it and then get their, you can say, ads on your devices. Similarly, if we talk about the law industry, you can see here in the slide that in the Los Angeles Police Department uses big data model developed by the professor to bring down the crime rate in Los Angeles, right? So there are very vast kind of applications of the big data. So in a law industry also, big data is being used to improve the public safety, crime prevention. The data is being analyzed from social media, surveillance cameras, other sources like law enforcement agencies can identify the potential threats and respond more quickly and effectively when the incident would happen. Also, in case of marketing industry, the big data is being used to improve the customer targeting and engagements. So by analyzing the behavior of the customer based on the demographic area, the market management can create more target and more effective campaigns so that the marketing percentage or the product selling may be increased. So the big data, you can see, play a big role in every kind of industry. Even if you want to raise any awareness program, yeah, or some kind of social change programs, you have heard about the change.org, your various platform nowadays to raise your voice to start a campaign, and the people will support you, or you can raise the fundings from there. So these kind of programs also are nowadays very popular. And by analyzing the data on a social media or environmental issues, organizations and activities can identify the trends. What are the trends are going on? They can, based on that trend, they